screen? Hello?
Yes, okay. Can see it fine.
We can.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it for you having us here. My name is Robin. I'm the housing counselor, and I work for LEDC as well as my teammate, Valeria Lopez, who is our senior small business coach. Caroline, thank you very much for reaching out to Jaime. Probably you know him as Jamie. He works in our marketing and outreach department. So we really appreciate your efforts. We're very excited to be here. And we would like to share what we do in our community and how we could benefit your 300 community members and benefit your over 200 volunteers and your staff, and of course, all their family members. This is our agenda for this presentation that we have put together, and we'll respect the time that you have allowed us. So I will start with introduction. Something about LEDC, we would like to share that we were founded in the midst of civil unrest during the 1991 Mount Pleasant riots. And an unarmed Latino man was shot by a police officer. And this led to several days of protests and violence. And as a result, it left like millions of dollars in property damage and in the Mount Pleasant neighborhood. Ever since we have been able to adapt, we have been able to change, we have identified new areas where we're needed. 32 years later, not 30 years later, but 32 years later, our purpose is still to support stable housing, business. We want business to thrive and build strong communities through our bilingual staff and our services. These are the four services that we provide: home ownership, affordable housing, prevention. This is, affordable housing prevention in DC. In Arlington, what we provide is foreclosure prevention. We also do a small business development for entrepreneurs and small business lending as well. I will talk about the first two topics, and Valeria will talk about the small business development and small business lending. All right.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. As Robin said, I'm Valeria Lopez, the senior small business coach for Northern Virginia area. Talk a little bit more about us. Our mission is to drive the economic and social advancement of low to moderate income Latinos and other underserved communities by equipping them with the skills and tools to achieve financial independence and become leaders in their communities. We serve all the DMV area in Puerto Rico, but we have locations in Arlington, Washington, Wheaton, Maryland, Baltimore, and Puerto Rico. Those are our locations. We have two big programs, housing program and a small business. In housing, as Robin said, we have home ownership, first-time home buyers, housing counseling, and foreclosure prevention. In a small business, we have business advice like technical assistance for entrepreneurs, potential entrepreneurs, or established business, business educations, workshops, credit building, small business loans up to $250,000. And we have a really, it's our STAR program that is Empower Women International. They are part of our programs, but they do kind of independent workshops as well, business educations, and different cohorts during the year that are specific for women. Will you go to the next one? So Robin is going to start explaining a little bit more about the housing programs.
Thank you, Valeria. Our home ownership classes, and they are for first-time home buyers. Our program focuses on home buying education, and Virginia Housing actually has designed all the material and prepared qualified presenters. These qualified presenters, we are all professionals. Like we have had certified housing counselors like myself. I have mortgage lenders, and I have realtors. All of them, they have gone through a training by Virginia Housing. And what we do in this class is we go over the entire buying process, covering all the 6 topics, including foreclosure prevention. The reason why we touch on foreclosure prevention is to not only to help our clients, not only to get their homes, but also to be able to protect these homes and being able to build wealth as well. What I want to let you know is that all the attendees, they learn in a environment that is free from soliciting and passing business cards. Our attendees tend to be a little, how can I say, they stay on edge if they start passing business cards or we start talking ourselves. So we make sure that we don't do that. These classes are designed for people who are thinking to buy a home, but they don't know where to start. These are designed for people who need assistance. At the end of the class, I do provide a certificate. We talk about credit, everything related to credit. Number one, I'm sorry, I bypassed number 1. We talk about managing their money. What we do in the class is go into a spending and savings plans where each student is able to see where their money is going, and we're able to interact tips in how to save money and actually at the end of the class, they always have the options to have a one-on-one with me, which about 50% they do in order to go more in detail. We're able to show them about the credit, about what credit is, how it works, and how they can improve it. Our lenders present about topics about different type of lenders and different type of loans and the entire loan process, from originating, from processing, underwriting, and of course at the very end on closing. We also invite a business partner who is a real estate agent who will talk about why you should get a real estate agent, who pays for the real estate agent, and why it's a mistake not to have a real estate agent, who's paid by the seller. And the importance of a home inspection. A lot of people bypass a home inspection. It's a bad idea, especially nowadays where a new announcement came up. Like a lot of people are very unsatisfied with their homes because the homes that are being purchased right now, they're homes that need some type of revitalization of the home. They need fixing. And so we want to make sure that before they buy something, they inspect it and they know exactly what everything is and the conditions that the home is. The final step is the loan closings and the most important documents that they're going to see. At the end, they will get the certificates. They will receive the handbook, as you can see on the right. This picture actually was posted in a Facebook for one of my students. He was very proud to get the class, and we do these classes in English and Spanish. Not only do we do the presentations, but we also help our clients to manage their money. My favorite tool is the housing and spending plan. It works perfect for couples, especially when one couple spends too much money on this and the other one spends too much money on that, but they don't want to talk about it. So the numbers are here, and at the end of the session, we're able to see what does this tell you, what kind of changes do you think you want to see, and of course they input their fixed incomes. They also they include their debt payments and the flexible expenses, and they're able to see, and right on the bottom we will be able to do a simple arithmetic, and they will be able to see whether they are going into the negative, whether they're going to the positive, and then they will be able to see if they change some numbers, it automatically changes the number to see how this will impact in either saving money in the future. By saving money in the future, we go over in these one-on-ones over the credit report. We pull credit reports, especially for those people in this area, and we're able to see what is it, what they're doing good, what they need improvement, and what steps to take. We also help them not only to establish, but also to maintain good credit. We have clients who don't have credit, so we're able to help them with that, with loans. And at the end, I create a budget for them. I not only educate on the steps that they need to take, we hold each other accountable. We sign the document, and then we set up a day on when we're going to follow up, what options are going to take, and what days I'm going to follow. So we're all held accountable. And at the very end, we also, especially now that foreclosures have spiked over 200% compared to last year, we are seeing cases of people coming to us and looking for education on foreclosure. What can they do about what they can do about when they receive a letter saying that they are defaulting, what the rights are, what the process is, the different options that they have. The option also, they can look into the option of loss mitigation intervention. And if they're going through the foreclosure, we guide them through the entire process. And if for some reason they do to foreclosure, well, we have resources to lead them to the best possible outcome. Now, Valeria will continue talking about the part of a small business development and lending. Valeria.
Great. A small business development is a program that we start with the purpose to serve these communities that, as you know, as underserved communities, we usually don't start a business because it's our dream or is something that we have on our plans, because maybe it's the only way that we have to, to survive in a foreign company or in a foreign country or something like that. So we want to give them the tools to really start a business and, maintain the business. So for us, we serve two different kind of people who is in idea stage and business owners that they already have an established business. So one of the main services that we have is technical assistance, like one-on-one coaching. We help them to get license, permits, everything they need to open a business, formal business plan, marketing plan, action plan. And also one of the, the best ways that I have to serve my clients is make them aware what means to have a business, because sometimes we think and we hear a lot of things about starting a business, but it's not just that romantic as it sounds, right? So we make them aware what you need to know, the numbers, and how you can know if your business is going to be viable, and how you can taste and validate your market and your products before to launch, right? So that is not easy at the beginning, because like sometimes the level of education, the different backgrounds, and all of that. But we have, for example, for idea stage, one program that is a boot camp. It's called Build Your Dream Business with LEDC. And what it means is that like 4 sections with people where it has like 4 modules. The first one is build your business planning. So they start to do like a business model canvas, structure their business idea, understand what the startup business is, and then they continue to do how to found the business, how to structure, the cost and everything they need to start, how to get their first 10 clients, and then how to launch their business with marketing tools and all of that. So that is part of our business education and workshops. We have workshops for established businesses as well. So we usually come with a specialist or a speaker who can give them information about finances, marketing, operations, like customer experience, anything they need to make, to improve the performance of their business. And as I said before, we have Empower Women International. They do almost the same, but just focus on women to empower them to become independent. And they do different cohorts during the year. And they do different type of loans. And these are like our best loans because we have loans up to 5K at 0% interest rate. So that is very good. If women want to start a business, they just need to have to be just 6 months register in Virginia, Maryland, or DC or Puerto Rico to have that and present, like the taxes and the ID. So they don't need a lot of stuff to get 5K of for a loan. Okay, so we can pass the other one to the other one. Robin. Let's see. Robin, okay, perfect. So another service that we have is LEDC lending products. So we have credit building loans. It's a program designed to help credit invisible clients build a good credit. This is not a credit repair program. We have loans from $500 to $2,500 at 4.6 fixed interest rate. So for this one, people just, if they need just a bank statement, like the 3 months bank statement, the last 3 months, pay stuff, they need to be employed to get this one, or proof of income 2 or 3 months, and the application fee is 0. What is good of this one is maybe you don't really need, the money. That is not that much money, but we can see that you are paying good, right? So you're just getting, the payments right, so you can improve your credit. That is very good, and that service has been, helping a lot of clients until now. And for small business loans, we have loans that start from $2,500 up to $250,000. Of course, those that are bigger amount is for business that are already established, and the uses for those loans are like working capital, equipment, debt consolidation, inventory, renovation works, everything they need to keep going and growing, right? And for example, one of the main requirements for a small business loan is the business plan. That's why it's very important, like the business education and the technical assistance, because with most of them, they have to go first to a business coach. Each area has a different business coach. For me in Arlington, I am the business coach, so I have to sit down with them and to analyze if they're ready to receive a loan. That is our like value proposition, because we help them create and prepare themselves to receive the money, because that is one of the main reasons what business fails, is because sometimes they think they're ready to expand, but they don't, right? So they acquire debts that they are not ready, and then it become a big problem, right? So the business loans that are for business idea stage for startups are between $10,000 to $20,000, and then more than $30,000 is for business established. So I don't know if anyone have any other questions. You can keep going, Robin. But if someone have questions about either housing or a small business, just let us know. Let me see the chat.
I have a few questions here. Let me see if we can go through them. What brought each of you to the DC area? Oh, Valeria, you're on mute.
Hello?
There you go. Robin, what brought you here?
Well, my aunt used to work for the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and in 1982, she asked me to come. I was extremely excited to come to the US. She was able to bring me as a diplomat. Eventually, unfortunately, she passed away. I didn't have any paperwork anymore. I became an illegal immigrant. So I understood from then on of the need of the community, because I became one.
We can't hear you.
You can hear me?
No, you speak into the mic.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Maybe I need to speak up. I'm not sure at what time you didn't hear me, but my aunt was here. She worked for the IMF. She was able to bring me as a diplomat. And eventually, unfortunately, she passed away. So I have to decide whether to stay here or go back home. And I decided to stay. I worked in some odd jobs, and while I was going to school as well. So I feel what a lot of other people feel about being somebody who doesn't have the legal status and struggles for money. So that's what helped me to join LEDC as well. And then I went to Spain. I thought that we were going to do great with my family there, and there are not that many jobs over there. I am dependent on social benefits. And here I am back in DC, and being able to help people, helping them so they don't have to go through what I have to go through, and being able to help the best way possible.
How long have you been here now?
I've been here, I came in 1992, and I left in 2014, and then I came back a year ago. I've been here for a year.
Well, you must like DC then.
I love it. My family's here. My mom is here. My brother's here. My sister is here. Nephews, and of course my family's here. So everything was just the way I left it. Didn't change much.
How about you, Valeria?
Okay, I'm from Colombia. And I always admire like the economy and the administration about, from United States. So I wanted to come and study English. So I did like an international exchange, and I came here as an au pair. But as an au pair. So I used to live in Arlington. But when I came, I already had my studies, and my background is in business administration. So I did my master, and then I fell in love with my husband, and then I am here. Yes, I've been doing business consulting for a while. So here, I love this area.
You list at the beginning under where all your locations are, multiple DC area locations, and Puerto Rico. What's up? Why Puerto Rico?
Yes, because we set Latinos as our one of our main, like targets. So why not to have, like why not to serve Puerto Ricans that are Americans but are Latinos as well? Like, so I think that's why they decide to start serving that there. And of course, because there was not an agency or any organization there, like not very strong that can serve Latinos there. So I think the past CEO decide to start doing it. Robin, can you correct me if was the last one or this one that start to open the services there?
Unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't been long enough in the company to really know about this. I apologize. I don't know.
That's okay. So let's see.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, sorry. I think I heard that was the last one, the last CEO who decided to start doing it because it was demanding, like people was asking to serve there. So yes.
Okay. Let's see. We have another question. There's a lot of state, county, and local agencies that deal with housing and economic development in the area. So how do you work with them as well? Coordinating with other agencies such as Housing and Community Service of Northern Virginia?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep. I actually, since I've been I come from I was a mortgage loan officer, as well as I was a real estate agent. I was a banker. And coming back, what they did, they want me to develop the Northern Virginia area for the Hispanic community, for the Latinos. I do everything what I do is in Spanish, except this presentation I'm doing it in English. But so my low-hanging fruit was for me to go to mortgage lenders or real estate agents, and my classes are very successful all over in all the different areas. I'm over 200% of my goals going through reaching out to real estate agents and mortgage loan officer people who didn't qualify for a home. Now, it's something very new for me to be reaching out to nonprofit organization. My first meeting will be with the Northern Virginia Family Center. I'm not familiar. Well, Valeria was talking. There was a moment that I couldn't go forward in the presentation. It's because I was searching to see if I actually touched the Housing and Community Service of Northern Virginia. I don't know them. But that's the next step is for me to reach out nonprofit organization. We actually have a plan with my supervisor. However, my supervisor, Karen Surface, she has been doing this for 20 years. She knows absolutely everyone in Virginia Health. She knows absolutely everyone in Virginia who is running a nonprofit. The other day I got somebody who called me from Ohio, and he said, we're coming from Colombia. We're planning to move my family to Virginia. I don't have a place to stay. My process thought was, wait a minute, you haven't paid not even $1 taxes in Virginia. And then I turn around and I say, Karen, can you believe this guy is asking whether we can provide him for housing? Oh, sure. Call this company. They will help him. And I'm like, who doesn't she know? And so if there is a question of somebody need, I no longer question about it. I just turn around and I ask Karen. So I don't know yet all these nonprofits. For what I understand, working for nonprofit is what we have been doing for a long time. What I'm doing is working. However, it's part of my goal for this year. For the rest of the year to actually reach out nonprofit. And this is my first presentation, actually. I'm really excited. I prefer really for it. It's part of it. Now I got it out of my system. So from now on, I will go for all the nonprofits to reach out and be able to present with Valeria, hopefully.
All right, we have, I don't know if this is a question or just a comment. Do you provide help with retirement savings and investments to help people kind of prepare for all of their lives?
Yeah, our goal in Virginia is that we try to stay in our lane. Is everything that we do in Virginia is related, that is aiming towards somebody wanting to purchase a home. If somebody says, Robin, I want to purchase a home, can you help me with my saving and spending plan? Whether they buy it in 3, 4 years, 5 years, I don't care. I help everybody who comes to me and say, Robin, I want to purchase a home and I would like to work on my saving and spending plan. Sure, let's look into it. We look into the health and savings plan. We have a lot of people who actually keep their money in checking accounts. And there are a lot of people who actually don't take advantage of their retirement, not the retirement, of their retirement, how can I say? The retirement
401k.
401k. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. For 401k, they don't know that they can open an IRA. Even if they're business owners, they are not opening IRAs. So I talk to them about it. A lot of my clients, they don't understand the concepts that I'm talking about. It's very foreign to them because those are my customers. However, I'm able to lead them into not only putting the money into savings account, I'm able to talk to them into money market deposit, demand deposit accounts, with, they are FDIC insured. But as soon as I talk about money market, I don't want to invest in the stock market. He said, wait, this is FDIC insured. It's like a savings account. Yes, it requires a hard balance. Instead of $250, it requires $2,500. But then you're able to earn 4% in these money market accounts. So yes, I do talk about savings. I do talk about retirement. Is that our bread and butter? No, it's not. But do I love to talk about it because of my background? I do. I know because I work in banking and I love it. And I actually play with my money in my 401k back and forth, and I love talking about it. But I'm dangerous enough to get myself in trouble. But Karen put me into place. So yeah. As I read about what you guys do. It's amazing the work that you do in the community, helping your members from 55 to 85-year-old. I think that's the range. And I've been thinking, it's like, how can I present LEDC in a way that it can help your organization? And if they know anybody, their family members who want to buy a home and they don't have the resources, coming to education class is perfect. Coming to one of our health and saving, doing a saving and spending plan, that would be fantastic. Or any of you or any of your volunteers. But I had a hard time trying to align, but that's the best that I can come up with. But as long as somebody comes, I want to purchase a home. Can you help me with my savings and spending plan? I am in it, and I can stay with them for 2-3 years.
Well, thank you. So let's see, we have a couple of others. Do you work, Valeria, do you work with Small Business Administration for startup loans?
Yes, we do. They are the one who provide us the funds to do the loans. Some of the funds, yes, we do. That's why we put them in one of our slides. They were like, the logo was on the bottom.
Oh, on the bottom. Okay. So just because you brought up that you were working with women, are the number of women small business owners rising?
Yes, are rising over than 100% in the last couple years, like 20 years is over than 100%. Yes, like 114% are rising. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like 42% of business owners are women around United States. What type of businesses? I can say food industry is very common, beauty, handmade stuff. Thank you for bringing that, because also we are launching a fall program in fall in September, and it's going to be very, very good for people who likes who likes handmade and crafting and all of that, and who wants to start a business. So maybe if you're interested, or you have someone in your family, friends that maybe want to start their business. We are hiring specialist speakers to help them create their brand, to formalize their business, to give them all the information about licenses and customer experience. So we are gonna have 4 modules, 4 workshops to help them launch their business in a formal way. So it's gonna be so good. We're gonna do it with Arlington County Biz Launch in Spanish, and also with the library, the public library in Arlington, the central one. So we are so happy. As Robin said, for me, my personal goal is always work with other organizations, with other nonprofits. For example, I work a lot with Biz Launch, with Northern Virginia Family Services, with Together We Bake, which is in Alexandria, with the library. So for me, partnership is like the key, because I cannot cover everything. I'm no expert in everything. So for me to work with partners is and try to solve my clients' problems, not just on my hands, right? So I always take advantage of that, of my colleagues, that other organizations in Virginia are great, and of course in the DC and Maryland. I know my other coworkers do the same. So yes.
Do you have a story, a success story you can share, a business success story you can share?
Yeah, I have so many, but let me think about it.
Don't laugh, Robin, you're next.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, I will.
I can go first if you need some time.
Okay, go first.
Okay, I have 2, and they're very quick. I have a client who made $35,000, who had $50,000 saved, who came to our coaching classes. He's a dishwasher. He spent no money on clothing. Everything is hand down. There was no way how I could have helped him. I could have helped this guy because he had his money tuned in, and he was doing a great job. The only thing that I told him is to put his money into money market, and that's it. He spent $15 on his cell phone every month, and he's doing fantastic. He's going through the loan process with one of our presenters, one of our lenders. The other one is somebody who bought property in Roslyn. They make over $130,000 each. They came to our housing counseling because their mother wouldn't help them with the down payment until they came to our housing counseling with Karen. It wasn't with me, it was with Karen. So they were able to purchase a $550,000 home. And a third one was an 85-year-old woman who purchased a home for $280,000. We didn't do the coaching. I did the presentation, and it went through a mortgage lender who was in that class, and she purchased a home for $280,000. Very quick.
Oh wow!
But it doesn't matter where they are. Everybody needs help. There haven't been one client that haven't been able, like right here, you need help immediately, except that one guy who I put the money from a checking account to money market.
And how about you, Valeria?
Okay, so the question is in DC area. Remember, I have more information about Arlington and Virginia, of course, but I remember in DC area, we have a client that is called Arepa Zone. I don't know if you have heard about them, but they're Venezuelans, and they sell arepas, and they start like a food truck, and we borrow money to them. We did that along with them, to them. And then they start growing a lot, and now they have 4 different locations. They have one in Fairfax, one in DC, and they attend events. So they are growing very well. So that is one. And the other one is, I don't know if you that are most in Arlington have been in Los Chamacos. It's in Columbia Pike. In Los Chamacos, have you been there? Los Chamacos is
I love it.
yeah.
I haven't
That
been, and I'm Latino, and you love it. Oh, how funny is that? I have to go there.
oh my God, don't say that, Robin. You need to
I'm ashamed.
small.
I'm ashamed of it.
Okay, so Los Chamacos is a family-owned business. You don't imagine. They are so beautiful. There are a couple like 30 years old to get 30 years together, and they have 2 kids. All of them work there. They start, you know, like making authentic Mexican food. They start the first business was with family and didn't went well. So they closed it. So they opened Los Chamacos and they borrow money from us. At the beginning, they don't even have any business plan, no recipes. Look how you can start a business without recipes. So they didn't have any recipes. They didn't have like any structure. So since then, I've been working with them. They received the loan and they are making, you know, like they are selling more than, I think $500,000 a year. So
oh, wow.
Yes, so they're expecting to grow to the $1 million to the end of the year. So I love it. It's a small business.
Wow.
So, yes, I love it.
Their decor in their restaurants and their hibiscus martinis seem to get rave reviews from
and the margaritas are famous. So we end the meeting and you close your computers and you go to Los Chamacos to enjoy our really good lunch and margarita.
So what is the most common type of business that you help people with? Food or something else?
Yes, construction, food, what else? Professional businesses like, for example, handymans or people who is in electrical services or something like that. And beauty is depends of the ethnicity, right? For example, Africans they do a lot of business like food businesses. Latinos, we are in construction and beauty, but we are trying to help them understand and grow, you know, like get more knowledge so we can, you know, like break those barriers and start doing business in technology and in other industries. So that's why our mission is to help them and to, you know, provide all the tools to make them grow, right?
Wonderful. Let's see. Well, I think we have gotten to the end of our questions and answers. Does anybody else have anything they want to add? Unmute yourself.
I have a question actually about your
Turn.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So is there any, do you have any idea how could be more of help besides volunteering? How could be of help for your community? Because I have community outreach goals as well. They don't have to be completely related to housing. I can go in there and talk about saving and spending plans, and they don't have to be related to housing. I can spend a couple of hours if that will help. I just don't know how can I add value to your organization besides going and doing presentations on how they can better improve their financial well-being.
Well, so I know that topics that come up here every once in a while are reverse mortgages, understanding reverse mortgages for homes. And as far as homes go, I know that how to improve your home to make it more, make it safer to age in place. Those are two conversations that come up here a lot.
Okay.
What I hear a lot is survivors. If you have, say, a child who has a disability, how do you provide for them after you die? I don't know if that's anything you can handle.
Yeah, there is nothing, there is no information about it because what we do is mostly related to, that would be another nonprofit. But what I will do is, Karen is currently my supervisor is not here, and she's actually she's on vacation and she's working abroad. She checks her email when she's abroad. She's in Europe right now, but I will definitely touch on these three topics and see. She's really good on information on reverse mortgages in home improvement safety. I don't know if we have information about it, but I'm sure she will come up with something. Okay.
Well, I thank you. What is it? We have another one. Spanish English conversation classes through 55 plus here in Arlington, or the Spanish conversation group at the Central Library.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm not a good language teacher. My wife does really well with my daughter. I'm not the best. I tried to be a tutor in Northern Virginia Community College, and I wasn't cut for
it. That's tough. That's tough.
Oh, conversational.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today. We've really learned a lot, and
you say conversational, right?
I'm sorry.
You say conversational, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could sign up to volunteer in that area.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can do that. I'll sign up for volunteering.
That's, I guess, it's at the Arlington Central Library. Anyway, so thank you both very much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. And I think we've all learned a lot.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
All right. Take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. This.
Bye.